So here's a question for you. What has wheels, but only as a temporary solution to their mobility? And oh, by the way, these wheels are covered with caterpillars that are eating the leaves. Well, the answer to that question is obviously a boat. You need the wheels to get the boat to the water. So it's that time of the year. We're getting ready to launch the boat in Lake George. And we couldn't be, well, we could be a little bit happier because the oil filter is being kind of cantankerous. I have to do an oil change before we can do anything. And my first big problem is this oil filter socket doesn't quite fit over the oil filter. So I stuffed a sock in it, and that's done the trick. Messy. But we do a full recycle here. Well, it's all done except for testing. All right, it's the next day. The motor is all taken care of, all oiled up and fresh. Everything seems to be fine. We have to get a few things squared away before we jump in the car here and drag the thing over to the marina. Let's go. All right, here we go. This is the scariest part here. Actually, there's a lot of scary parts. But this one is, you have to make a hard left turn here at the end of the driveway and not drop the boat into a gully. So I'm watching it carefully. All right. That seemed to work just fine. We're good. Up we go.
You're finally going to get the boat wet on the bottom.
Right.
After sitting in your driveway hooked up to the car for the last week.
Yeah, well, better wet on the bottom than on the top.
Yes.
Right. Welcome to Norowal. It's time for our boat inspection. Make sure we're not bringing any nasty little things into Bolton Landing.
Hello, how are you?
Hi! Hey, nobody in the witness protection program, are you?
No. How are you today?
Good? Uh-oh, check engine light just came on.
You're all set.
That's it?
Yeah, you're sealed already.
Yeah? You don't have to take any barnacles off or anything? All right, now that we're safely in the water, nothing too uneventful there, although you probably saw my little weavy drive into the ocean here. I call it the ocean. All right, let's get the motor down. And let's see if it starts. It started before. There, perfect. Looks quite happy. Nice powerful stream of water means the cooling system is working right. So we're good. Now I got to undo all those ropes those kids tied up. They did a really good job tying it up. It's going to take me an hour to undo the ropes to the dock. Oh, sorry, lines. Now we're going to slowly cruise away from the Norowal Marina. See you back here in October. Assuming you don't have a hurricane that runs up the coast and into Lake George. I've been known to pull my boat out when predictions of high winds occur because the boat can thrash itself to death at the dock. The one thing that's a little different here about Lake George compared to our boating experiences down there in the Withlacoochee is there are navigation hazards here, and you really got to mind your P's and Q's with rocks. There's a lot more of that out there in the near Gulf where we go fishing, so this is actually kind of relaxing. And the waves can never, well, the waves can get big here, but nothing quite like the Gulf of Mexico, like hurricane. I always regard the Gulf of Mexico as very pretty, but I'm not sure we can quite beat this. So we're back at home base here, except I'm not prepared to tie it up just yet and go disappear into the darkness. I want to go for a genuine boat ride and explore the places. So, waiting for the spouse to show up. All right, I've picked up the Vice Admiral at the docks, and we are going to take a proper little tour of the lake including some brand new gazillion-dollar waterfront estates. At least one, yeah. So, all right, here we are in the little harbor with this big, spandangly, big new house. And it's up that way. Close-up time. And here's a previously constructed waterfront house. And right behind it, they piled up a bunch of dirt and rocks and built this thing. And they've been working on this for about 2 years. We're gonna have a sneak around the bend here of Green Island and go check out the Sagamore. Take a little bit of a wide berth because there's some rocks down there. So there's the Sagamore. Oh, actually, if you're looking at the boat that belongs to the Sagamore, that's the Morgan. And they usually park it around the other side of the island, so I guess somebody's going for a ride here. It might be a wedding, although on a, what is this, Monday? Tuesday. Oh, okay, that's right. Looks like a pretty decent mob at the Sagamore here today. This is Crown Island, and there's a couple houses here, and there's no road out here, so you've got yourself a summer house unless you can get across the ice. Now we're on the sunny side of Crown Island now, and this is one of everybody's favorite boathouses with the sort of, I guess you can't call it parquet, that fancy treatment on the shadowy side there, but it's got all that sort of rough Adirondack-y timber stuff for the railings up there, which is kind of cool. And somehow or other, this thing has survived all the ice inundations over the years, but I think they've had to work on it. And there's Wee Willie, parked inside the boathouse. Very cool. All right, I have a small rant here, and that is against the V-hull boats that go around like snowplows on Lake George and create giant waves. And you can't even see any boats around, but these giant waves go traveling around the lake, and it should be a nice calm day. I mean, with no power in this boat, I can't hardly cause any trouble. So my motley crew of nicely aged docking lines is back in place. I won't even tell you how old they are, but I've got double on each cordle here, so that if something goes wrong, I'm good. The Vice Admiral just said I have the ugliest docking lines of anybody, and it's true. So thanks for coming along on our first cruise, and thanks for being with us. Good night, everybody.